Hi, welcome to Chris and Laura. Today we're going to make some beef and noodles. Kind of got a wintry cold day today, so we are going to make our own egg noodles. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Alright, so first off you want to make sure that your workspace has been good and clean and disinfected because you're going to be using it. So we are going to start with 1 3/4 cups of flour, then you kind of make a well in the center of that. I've seen people do this on the worktop, on the countertop and stuff, on the workspace, and make their flour well and put the eggs in there and all that stuff and get it all mixed up on the table and stuff and make it look really easy. But for me, I tried it once and it was like trying to catch an erupting volcano with my bare hands. It went everywhere. So I use a bowl. So I've got the 1 3/4 cups of flour in there and I put my well in there. Next, we're going to add, I've got 2 egg yolks and 1 egg, and we're going to slightly beat those up a little bit. Just a little bit. We're going to pour that down in the middle. Then we're going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a 1/3 cup water, and a teaspoon of olive oil. Now I'm going to mix that all in slowly with the flour. Bring in a little bit at a time and mix it up. And if you can do this on your countertop, I am impressed. And it's not going to be fantastic. You're going to have some crumblies. Now we'll move all this stuff out of the way. Now we are going to put some flour down. Quite a bit of flour. We're going to take everything that was in the bowl. You're about to have an arm day workout. Make sure your hands are clean. We're just going to start bringing it all together. Keep adding flour to it until it's not sticky anymore. You're just going to work this dough and knead it and add flour as needed and stuff for, it's going to take you probably about 10 minutes. But you want to get it to where it's a nice, elastic, stretchable dough, not sticky or anything. So you really got to work it. I've tried a few different recipes for egg noodles, and this is the one I liked the best, just because it makes the dough is easier to maneuver. Just knead it and stretch it and roll it out. Just keep working it, adding flour as you need to. I just flop it over like that, and then I take the ball in my hands, press it out. That's how I do it. Still a little sticky. So you see how it's still kind of got some lumps and bumps in it. I'm going to keep going until it's nice and smooth. Alright, you see how that looks all nice and smooth now, and nice looking ball there. But it's pretty smooth. So we're going to put that into a ball. We're going to wrap it up in some cling wrap. And then we're just going to let it hang out for about 10 minutes or so. Let everything relax and get all the gluten going and all that stuff, so that way we can roll it out here in a few minutes. So we'll be back when it's ready. Alright, so now our dough has relaxed for, I think it's been probably about 15 minutes. And it's kind of, you can see how you can dent it in and stuff. It's pretty soft. So we'll unwrap it. I'm going to put down some flour here. Cut this thing in half. I always work with half at a time because it's easier to roll out that way. Leave this covered so it doesn't dry out. Set it off to the side. I'm gonna roll this one into a ball. So it's a little sticky, but it's not sticking to me. See how smooth it is and soft and fluffy and stretchy. Now we're going to try to roll it out. I am no rolling pin professional. I struggle with making a circle with a rolling pin. Just want to roll it out pretty flat, probably about 1/8 of an inch. And this, you're just cutting it into strips anyway, so it doesn't have to be a perfect circle or square or anything. Just roll it out. Now I do have one of those pasta machine roller things that you attach to the counter. It's just easier to roll it out yourself though, for me. I used to have a stand mixer that I could have had an attachment for, but that thing, almost $400, lasted 3 uses I think, and then the motor blew. So that was awesome. Alright, so we've got it rolled out real thin here. Now I use my pizza cutter and I just cut strips. Try to make them even, which you can. I suppose I'm probably going for about 1/2 inch. So I suppose this is probably the way that you can make your own egg noodles without all the fancy gadgets. And then since I'm going to put them into the beef and noodles, I'm going to make them a little smaller. I don't want them too long. So now I just take a large baking sheet and I put flour on it. I know a lot of people hang these noodles to dry, but this is what I do. Dust them with a little flour here. I just put them over onto that tray. Put them all over here, and then I just make sure they're all separated. So I'm putting quite a bit of flour on them now, but before I use them, I'll shake that extra flour off, but this will help them dry. Now I'll do the second half. And you just repeat the process. Cut out your strips, about 1/2 inch. Separated here. Throw a little bit more flour on it. And then I just go through every once in a while and I will fluff them up. I come through and do this just to make sure they're not drying and sticking to each other. Add a little more flour if I need to. And then just spread them out on the pan. Alright, there's that step. I need to let them dry. They'll probably dry for 4 or 5 hours before I use them, and I will be back when we're ready. Alright, so we're back with the noodles. We're gonna move them around. They're all dried up, ready to be used. So we are gonna add them to our noodle, or to our soup pot. So in the pot I have some stew meat and onion, cream of mushroom and beef broth, some seasonings, salt, pepper, garlic. So I'm just adding the noodles to it, and then I'll stir it up. Alright, so the noodles are done. Look at that, isn't that pretty? So that was stew meat, onion, beef broth, cream of mushroom, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and some Greek seasoning and some Worcestershire. Alright, well, we're going to eat our supper now, but I will put the recipe for the egg noodles down below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do so. That would really help us out a lot. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.